are officially 0%.
Oh my god.
KRZLE.
Yeah. Charles.
Yeah. Pulls out a banana and starts
that's where I was
chewing it.
going.
Butterfly kisses.
Oh my god. Hey, fuck these drums.
The synopsis just isn't good. Oh my god. Okay. And on that note.
All right. How do we do this again? Oh yeah. Hello. Something like that, right?
Good morning.
Good start. Welcome everyone to a brand new episode of What Was That? Called Again. My name is Thomas.
I'm Will.
And you're listening to a movie podcast where each week I have selected 3 movies and I will read their IMDb plot descriptions to Will. And then Will have to try to figure out which title goes with which synopsis. I wanted to start off with a really quick thing. So I have been venturing down the rabbit hole of Geoguessr lately. I think we talked about this pretty recently.
I think so. Was it on it? I don't know if we recorded that or not, but I think we did talk about it.
Yeah, I don't think so. So this, for anyone who is not aware of this,
who are you and what rock have you been living under?
Hey, I've been living under this rock until like a month ago.
Right, so they're clearly your rock neighbor.
So yeah, this is like a super nerd conglomerate in which people are able to somehow like memorize the planet Earth, and they can see a street view image from any point on the planet, and they can pinpoint where that image is from.
Right.
And it blows my mind. And I watched, there was the Geoguessr World Cup tournament or some shit like that.
I actually haven't ever gone into the competitions before.
Oh my god, it was nuts. There was this French dude versus this dude from Pittsburgh in the like grand final or whatever, and it was intense. That was like, I was sweating watching it. It was so good.
So it's wherever Google. So I guess it's Google or is someone selecting what that perspective is, or is it really completely random?
I don't know. As far as I'm aware, it's completely random.
You know, like,
as far as I'm aware, it's completely random. But there was one where the street view, it was literally in the middle of a field. It was a field, and there's nothing there. It's just an empty field. There's no crops that are there. It's just an empty field, and there's like way in the distance, there's like a tree line. And like even the host guys are like, I don't know what the fuck this is. Like, I don't know how they're gonna get this.
How accurate were they in their guesses?
Very.
Oh my gosh!
Like one of the two at least was like very close to it, and I'm like. And even the hosts were like, I don't fucking know how the hell we got that. Because the hosts guys are geoguessers. Like if you type in Geoguessr on YouTube, there's this one dude that you'll find.
Yeah, he's the one I think that I've probably seen the most of. He's
one of the 2 hosts. Okay. Like one of the 2 broadcasters on this world tournament. So like even he was like, I don't have any idea how he got that. No, it was fantastic. I watched it. I had whenever I had COVID, I spent a lot of time in bed watching that, and Elvira. So time well spent. I think
you also were lucky, I guess, to have COVID late. So you say whenever I have COVID, and I think some people might think that this is like 4 years ago.
This is like a month or 2 ago.
This is like as of this recording in 2024. This is like very recent.
Yeah, which my RN friend assured me is a much more mild strain compared to the first couple, and so hopefully none of the long COVID effects really happen. So, all right, well, there's our a roundup of recent
intro tangent
things, and let's slip and slide on into a drink check.
Ooh, yeah. I'll go first.
What are you going on with over there?
It is Sunday. Well, whenever we started this, not even recording. When we just started talking this morning, it was still very much morning, and I just had water. I had water and breakfast this morning. I'm doing healthy. this morning. No alcoholic beverages, no caffeine, no nothing. So I'm just on water. That's all I have. Some fresh tap.
Fresh from
I
the
did
tap.
get a letter in the mail a couple days ago. It was very eyebrow raising. It was a letter from like the organization that provides my drinking water and also the plumbing, right? The local municipality. And I was like, okay. So I open it up, and like I can't remember what exactly the wording was, so I'm going to butcher this, but it was something like unknown water main material. And I was like, what? Like, you know, I thought, as it read, at least on that title of like this letter, I thought they meant they knew something was in the water, but they didn't know what the thing was. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, oh God, like, you know, what have I been drinking now? Well, I mean, but clearly it's tap water, so I'm drinking a lot of stuff I shouldn't be probably. But then I read the rest of the letter, and it's basically just saying, we don't know what the pipe from your house to the water main is made out of. So either you test it or good luck. Basically. And
like it could have lead in it or something?
It could, or it could be totally safe, and it could be like the best pipe in the world. It could be, you know, wood. It could be just, we're just jetting this water through mud, maybe. It was just an admission of, we'd have no idea. We could possibly go further, but we would rather you do it instead of us. So
did anything prompt? It was just out of the blue, completely random. Like they just realized this or something.
I'm sure there was maybe some like public utility mandate that was like, you got to figure out like what the pipes are made out of, or at least tell people that you don't know what they're made out of. And they went the route of like, we would rather you guys do it if you want. So, and I think there was like a QR code that was like, scan this, and we'll show you how to go check the supply line material. And I was like, so you know how to do it, you just don't want to do it. Basically. Okay, thanks.
They got their plates full.
Yeah. So I think it was basically like hey, we did our part. We tried to tell them that there might be something out there. It's on them now to fix it if they need to and if they want to. So, yeah. I mean, but again,
that's generous of them.
I've been, drinking this water for well over 30 years now. So, I figure whatever the material is, that it's probably too late as far as like, build up in my system of whatever it is. So, I'm okay with not having to dig up my front yard just to find a maybe. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But it was a fun letter to get, though, because I was like, oh, gosh. Like, because, like I said, the title of it read as though unknown material, or unknown water supply material detected. Something along those lines. So it seems as though they know something is in there, but they don't know what the thing is. But then you read further, and it's like, we actually don't know anything, and we just can't detect it unless we do a lot of work, and we don't want to do a lot of work. I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
What's in your drinking water might be killing you.
Maybe. If it's there.
But you need to figure that out, though, yourself.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah. We're just telling you. Yeah. So that was my not even shock. It was just my like 0.2 seconds of panic, and then like, oh, okay, never mind. Okay. Yeah. So tap water it is from here on out until I am no longer able to go through a metal detector.
Yeah, which may be any time now as you take another sip.
Yeah.
Here on my end, we made a early morning trip to the store.
Oh, busy this morning.
As we like to do whenever they open. I've been up for over 10 hours now at this point, and I, while there, picked myself up one of these that I haven't had in a long time. One of these Starbucks Frappuccino mocha things that are in the glass bottle, that you keep in the fridge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Starbucks at home. That's doing pretty okay. Yeah, I've never actually had Starbucks from the store, but I have had these glass bottle things from the grocery store.
You can do the same thing.
I've never been to a Starbucks.
If you just, stand in line while in your kitchen for 20 minutes, and then you go up to the refrigerator and you pull out the drink and then set it on the counter for another 20 minutes, and then you just shout your name out loud randomly, and then walk up and grab the drink. Same experience. It's the same
And
exact
then
concept.
Light a $20 bill on fire.
Yeah, and then just throw a 20 in directly into the trash. That is Starbucks at home. You've completed it. Yeah. And then also, but two, during that second 20 minutes where you're waiting to shout your own name, you have to like look at the counter and be like, "Is that my drink? I don't know if that's my drink or not. I don't know if it's ready. Is that my drink? Should I go up there and ask? No, I'll stay. No, yeah."
I'm glad I've never been to a Starbucks to experience this.
Yeah.
So, Will, to get into the swing of things here, I've got some movies for you here ready to go. So
I think I'm ready.
If you think you're ready, we can begin. So actually, I have two ready to go for you. So I'm going to give you the option. Do you want heads or tails?
I got to
heads
pick
or tails.
which group of three.
Yep.
I'm going to go with tails.
Okay, tails.
And tails is the one I want. I don't want to defer this. I actually want to receive tails.
Deal. So if you remember a few weeks ago, I had told you about how I had 3 movies ready that mysteriously vanished from my notes. I remembered what 3 movies they were, and I retyped them up.
Okay, good.
And so
I was hopeful that you found them, but at least you recall
those 3 movies, and we are going to be kicking off this journey in chronological order of release in the year 1976.
76.
And
I feel like this is how we started off last week too. This is a weird deja vu. Yeah.
I think 76 was the first one from last week. Your synopsis for this film, as written on IMDb, reads as follows. A dying gunfighter spends his last days looking for a way to die with a minimum of pain and a maximum of dignity.
Ooh. Okay, 1976. A dying gunfighter looks for a way to die with minimum pain and maximum dignity.
Yep.
Interesting. What would that even be?
Great question.
Because usually dying with dignity, I mean, usually it's going to be not a very graceful death, and probably not in like your control. Usually, maybe. I guess you could find dignity in other ways. I was thinking like of saving someone or of sacrificing yourself in some way. So the least amount. So this dying gunfighter. So it's an old gunfighter, and he wants to die. He's ready to retire. He's ready to hang up his hat, put his belt on the post, take his boots off, as they say. But he wants to do it with the least amount of pain, so he's a wussy.
Yeah.
But he wants to do it with the most dignity, so he also has an ego. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I think I got that one. That one does not sound familiar, but it sounds interesting, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next film.
Okay, moving along, we're going to go to the year 2007.
Oh, that's a big jump. Okay.
And your synopsis for this one reads as follows. Inspired by true events, ... The story of 3 hunters who mysteriously became the hunted. That's it.
I thought there was going to be more there. Okay.
No, that's all it says.
2007, based on true events, the story of you said a group of hunters?
The story of 3 hunters.
3 hunters that become the hunted.
Yep, mysteriously.
Mysteriously.
They mysteriously became the hunted.
Became the hunted. That's doesn't sound familiar, doesn't ring any bell. I am intrigued more than the dying gunfighter on this one, just because I'm curious what is hunting them. This is based on a true story. And also, why is it a mystery? And to whom was it a mystery? I mean, clearly, to the people who didn't die, those of us who are hearing about the story, it's a mystery because we don't know all the details. But I wonder if it was even a mystery to them. Did they know what was hunting them? Or were they very aware of what was hunting them?
It'd be great if they were unaware that they were being hunted at all. And so they are just accidentally evading death over and over again.
Almost like
like Tucker and Dale, where they accidentally, it looks like they had
they're doing
Or,
the
like,
most horrible.
all these people in the cabin like accidentally get killed by themselves.
So I was already thinking that they all died, but maybe they're just being hunted. That doesn't mean that the hunter that's hunting them is any good.
Yeah.
So they could all just live, and they have no idea that they were being followed by this really bad.
Like somebody shoots at one of them and it misses and hits the tree like by their head, and they get pissed off at their friend who's with them because they think like that their friend like accidentally shot their gun. They're like, "What the fuck, Fred?" And they're like, "I didn't do it."
And then like a few scenes later, Fred gets shot in the shoulder, and they all go like, "Fred, you can't fucking shoot yourself, man. Like, you gotta be better with guns. You gotta have gun safety." And he's like, "I didn't do it, I promise." Like, we all know you're an idiot. Like, they just keep gaslighting Fred the whole time.
Yeah. Fred's dumbass.
It's just like, they're the worst friends possible. Like, Fred keeps shooting himself. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that doesn't sound familiar. 2007, based on true events, ... Yeah. I mean, already I'm getting the vibe of, like, some cryptid Bigfoot, maybe. Wendigo, possibly. But I guess it could be anything. It could be a serial killer. It could be... that could be, I mean, even go as far as, like, aliens, I guess. But
could be a pack of badgers.
Could be. I mean, you're right. There's nothing off the table at this point. But I don't know this movie, so I'm ready for the third film.
All right. Ending this one off, we're going to the year 2015.
Okay.
And your synopsis reads as follows. A sniper on a mercenary assassination team kills the Minister of Mines of the Congo.
God, okay, hold on.
Terrier's successful kill shot forces him into hiding. Returning to the Congo years later, he becomes the target of a hit squad himself.
Okay. Jesus. So I hate whenever whoever writes these decides to put in every word possible to describe the simplest of things.
Yeah.
Let me try to get this up. I'm going to have you read this one again, but let me just try.
Yes.
So 2015, a group of mercenary assassins in the Congo.
Yeah, mercenary assassination team.
They
in the Congo.
They're in the Congo, and Terry, I think you said his name was, gets like the kill shot on like the Minister of Mines or something like that, whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
And then flees the Congo, but then decides to return years later for whatever reason, and ends up being targeted himself.
Correct.
Did I get all of that
correct?
Oh my gosh, I'm actually really surprised.
His name is Terrier, but we can just say Terry.
His name is Terrier. Okay, well, yeah,
Terrier, and so it might be Terrier.
Yeah, but I knew him in college. Everyone called him Terry.
That was Terry.
Terry.
Terrier's easy. It might be Terrier. I'm not sure.
Terrier.
Yeah,
he's a terrier. He is what he is. He is nominative determinism. He's a terrier. Okay, that one does not sound familiar at all. It sounds kind of dumb. Well, just because, like, I get one, you're already asking a lot for there to be this group of mercenary assassins or whatever. I mean, why would there be a group of them? Usually it's like one. And then, because like again, like who gets paid?
Whenever it's a whole team.
Yeah, and one guy does the kill. Does that guy get paid the most? The rest don't get paid anything at all? Like what? Like did he have an advantage?
Yeah, everyone else just wasted the last like 4 weeks.
Maybe that's the group that's hunting him. In the end, is that like it was almost like a lottery. The first person who shoots and kills this Minister of the Mines gets paid.
Hey Terry, you promised me my cut,
right?
Remember?
Okay, so that's one thing, and then the second thing is in 2015. You're asking a broad audience to care about the Minister of Mines in the Congo, whoever that is. Just say president. Just say it could be any other official that the world over knows what that is. I'm assuming that this is just someone who's like the head of mining. So maybe these are like diamond mines that this person is the head of. And again, so you're asking people to be sympathetic towards that person. I don't know. So maybe we're not. Maybe we're like, okay, yeah, go ahead and kill the Minister of the Mines because he's a horrible person. Fine. But then Why would you then come back to the Congo years later? A fucking vacation? Like, did you get rehired to go kill the next Minister of the Mines? Because clearly it's an elected position or an appointed position, so we're just going to keep filling this. You didn't get rid of the root cause of the Minister of the Mines, which is the fact that there's a Minister of the Mines. Anyway, this movie seems like to be asking quite a lot.
That was our new segment, Studio Notes with Will.
But I swear if this is like Blood Diamond 2 or something like that, then I'm gonna be pissed off. So it seems like all of these films, there's a theme of like, there's someone who operates a gun.
Blood Diamond 2, Congo Surprise.
Congo Ministry of Mines Division. So all three of these seem like they have the theme of like someone operates a gun professionally, even. Or semi-professionally, I guess. The hunters could be hobbyists. We don't know. But they're at least not just like a gang, or they're not just, criminals with a gun. They're actually people who are using guns for an intended purpose other than just randomly killing. Okay. I guess I'm ready for titles, because none of these, I don't know any of these based off of the synopsis. So I'm hoping that the titles give me something. First, before I once again forgot, for my own sake, the most important part. Let me recap the first two.
Oh, sure.
Because that last film was a lot. So the first film, 1976. This is a dying gunfighter who is searching for a way to die with the least amount of pain and the most dignity.
Correct.
The second film was 2007.
Yep.
And this was about just a group of three hunters. Yeah, three hunters.
Yep.
Who, based on a true story, while hunting, they mysteriously become the hunted.
Correct.
And then the last film was 2015. Yeah. And this was a group of mercenary assassins in the Congo. And they're looking for the Minister of the Mines. Terrier gets the kill shot, escapes from the Congo, but then for some reason returns years later and is targeted himself. Basically.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything?
I'm gonna officially also just say that I want it on record that I believe I've pretty much convinced myself that the name is pronounced Terrier.
Okay,
I would guess.
I'm gonna
on record.
Stick with that too. Terrier. Okay. I'm ready for titles.
But Terry's fine too. I think Terry's okay.
Terrier.
Okay. Your first title you're gonna get is gonna be Triggerman.
Triggerman. Ooh. Triggerman. I don't have enough yet. This could be the first film from 76, or this could be 2015. Because it seems like our focus is on one of the individuals in this assassination group, or it's the gunman, the gunslinger. The hunters, it's all of them. So I don't know if you said it was the Triggerman.
Just Triggerman.
Just Triggerman. Okay, Triggerman. We don't really know who may be or what might be hunting the hunters in the Correct. 2007 film, but I feel like it's not. I'm still going to stick on the side of it being something paranormal or something like cryptid or mythological, something along those lines, before I decide that it might just be a guy in the woods shooting at people. Mm-hmm. So for right now, I can only really say that I feel like this is not the 2007 film. But if it's the 76 film or the 2015 film, I don't really know yet. So I'll need more titles first.
All right. The second title you're going to get today is going to be The Shootist.
Jesus. The Shootist?
Yep, The Shootist.
The New York Times best-selling novel of this year is The Shootist. The Shootist. And this is IST and not EST, correct?
Correct.
This is
IST.
the person who shoots the most is the shootist. Okay, the shootist. What? Why would you the shootist? Oh man, the shootist. That is a bad title. The shootist and Trigger Man. So again, it sounds as though we're speaking of an individual, the shootist. But I really don't know if like this is something from the 70s that maybe tried to make what is essentially or what feels like a Western sound more high class, or if this is just a bad title slapped on a bad movie in 2015. I really don't know yet what this is, but again, I feel fairly confident saying that this is not the 2007 based on a true story hunting movie. So far I have like a 50-50 in my head as far as the first film or the third film for each of these two titles, but I have nothing yet for the hunting. So I'm hoping that the third title is The Hunters. So what's the third title, please?
Your third title is The Gunman.
Ooh.
GUNMAN. Gunman.
The Gunman. Ah, damn. So none of these, like these all, the Gunman. I guess it could be more, I don't know. I still don't know what's hunting these hunters. And I'm really sold on the fact that like it's something like a monster. But maybe it is just a guy in the woods. It's like a madman.
Maybe he's a happy man.
Well, it could also be that he's just disturbed in the sense that he really doesn't like whenever people illegally trespass on his property. And he has signs posted that say no hunting, no trespassing, but people keep traipsing into his land, and as soon as they lay one foot
but not just people, these specific 3 people keep.
Yeah. Well, these are the 3 that we know about, at least based off of. I feel like this is probably found footage, maybe. Just because they have like the based on a true story idea. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that this could have happened to other people, but this is just the story that we're following, or that we have evidence of, or maybe like these are the only 3 people that anyone else cared enough about to make this like an issue. So maybe it is just like a murderer in the woods, but not like a Jason Voorhees or like a slightly supernatural murder in the woods. This is like just a person with a gun who's hunting other people for sport.
He's like on acid, and in his vision, he sees deer.
Oh, he's hallucinating.
So
the deer are walking upright again.
We have his POV shot where it's like 3 people there, but they transition into deer that are standing there.
That'd be crazy, yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna get you this time. Okay, so I have Trigger Man.
Yep.
The Shootist.
Yep.
And what was the last title again?
The Gunman.
The Gunman. Oh, man. Okay. Trigger Man. The Shootist. The Shootist is the one that I don't like at all. And I'm not going to like where I put it either, I don't think, no matter where I put it. The Gunman. And you spelled Gunman out GUNMAN?
Yep, MAN, singular.
Yeah. All one word.
Yeah.
The Gunman. Gunman. The Gunman. Okay. The Shootist and Trigger Man. What is a gunman in this movie? Is what I'm trying to figure out. who wants to die with the least amount of pain and the most dignity. So does he want to die with dignity because he hasn't been very dignified in life? Or he wants to be remembered for something more than what he's done in his past? The shootist. Man, I just don't know what that is. The shootist. And then you have this assassin who's in the Congo, who then decides to go back to the Congo and becomes basically hunted or targeted for doing whatever he did in the Congo years ago. I feel like in that movie, you're going to call him Trigger Man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the target. Like, maybe they don't know this guy's name. They just know that he was the Trigger Man. He was the guy who pulled the trigger to kill the Minister of Mines or whatever, whatever that was. But then that leaves the gunman for the 2007 potentially true story movie of these hunters being mysteriously hunted. The gunman. The gunman. The gunman. He is a man who is just guns. He's just walking sentient rifles and pistols just moving and operating, and they're like, oh, it's a mystery of how he's even functioning.
That's correct.
Why does that one fit there? I don't know. I guess because I've always been assuming...
How did he even get here to the Congo or to the west or to the forest?
The forest. I mean, these hunters could be hunting in the jungle. We don't know for sure.
I guess. Yeah, could be. These could all be in the Congo,
and
technically.
There was never a location mentioned in the 1976 film, correct?
Correct.
Right. I just have been like assuming that it was like a Western, but maybe it's not. Maybe this was just, I don't know what else it could be other than an assassin, a gunman. Okay, I don't know. That's really what we're coming down to, which is common. So I'm just going to shot in the dark. I'm going to stick with, I feel like the shootist sounds 70s, maybe. It really, but even that, the reason I'm hesitating on that is because in my mind, it really sounds more like early 70s, not late 70s. And even that sounds stupid because there's no logic there at all. So why does it even matter what part of the decade I'm putting this title on? But for some reason, the shootist feels more early 70s than late 70s. Which makes no, again, I get that. I get that makes no sense. But that's where I'm at. Damn. So I'm going to say, for now, that The Shootist is the 1976 film of the dying gunman who is searching for a way to die with the least amount of pain and the most dignity. That's The Shootist. And then the 2007 film, based on a true story, of 3 hunters mysteriously becoming hunted. That's going to be The Gunman. And okay. I'm gonna say that even though my thoughts are with some kind of like cryptid or some kind of spooky weird thing or whatever, that maybe this actually is just a guy in the woods in like this state park maybe, or like, you know, this hunting ground that just shoots people who come out there almost to make it look like a hunting accident. Like he gets off on the idea that like it'll be hard to figure out who he is as far as a murderer, a serial killer. And maybe that's like where this story is that he got sloppy here because there were multiple of them. He got greedy and it was not done clean like he usually does. I don't know. And maybe that's how he got his case got cracked. I don't know. But I'm going to call that one The Gunman for now. And then that leaves the 2015 film of the group of mercenary assassins in the Congo, and Terrier gets the kill shot on the Minister of the Mines, then leaves the Congo, only to return to the Congo later in life, and to be targeted himself. I'm gonna call that one Trigger Man, just because he's the one who pulled the trigger, and then he also is maybe his nickname that is given to him upon his return to the Congo while he's being targeted is they're saying, take out the Trigger Man. Maybe there's like that line in the movie. So that's what I'm going to go with right now. Final answer, at least for now. At least round one.
As a callback to an earlier, what was that called again? Perhaps he returns to the Congo because he got one of those Chicago to Congo one-way flights.
He saw a leopard on a billboard, and that was it.
He said the cats were calling and he needed to go back.
Cats were calling. I had to go, honey. Okay.
All right.
Tell me how bad I did.
How bad you did. Somewhat. You got one correct.
Oh, damn it.
Your favorite.
Okay. I have no idea which one to switch on this. I did say earlier that maybe The Shootist is like a bad title for a bad movie that came out in 2015. Trigger Man. I mean, I could also see just like a 76 film about a gunman being called The Gunman. I could see that being. It is what it is. He was nothing more than this. But which one do I keep? Trigger Man would stay the same if I did that. So The Shootist would go with the fucking hunters? The stupid. Why would it go with based on a true story, The Shootist? That title is just so bad. And I can't change them all. So, this is a pickle. Which one? So
you could change them all, I guess, technically. But
I could, but there would be no benefit in doing that, right? Guaranteed 0 at that point. I guess I could still get one right. So, damn, because I really do kind of just feel like 1976 is just The Gunman. Just why not? Okay. The Shootist. Son of a bitch. Okay, so that would be Trigger Man and Gunman might switch. And that would leave Shootist in the 70s. So Trigger Man also doesn't feel right for this this based on a true story mysterious hunting thing. I think I got it right the first time, Thomas. I think you're wrong. That's what I'm saying. I think you need to check your notes. I really feel confident in my first answer. I'm doubling down.
April Fool's. You had it all along.
Okay. Damn it. So we'll keep. Okay. I'm going to keep the 2007 film where it's at. So I'm going to change the 1976 film about the dying gunman who wants to find a least painful and most dignified way to die as Trigger Man. And then I'm going to say that the 2015 film about the group of assassins, Minister of the Mines, gets shot by a guy named Terrier, and who then comes back and gets targeted himself. I'm going to call that one The Shootist. Final answer. And then that leaves, of course, Gunman, the 2007 film where it was at.
All right. After the old switcheroony, you got 0.
Damn it. Really? So I had the 70s. I had that idea correct. Ah, man. So Trigger Man is about a true story about a guy killing people, and then The Gunman is just a generic title for an assassination. Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah,
Tell me more about the Shootist, at least.
Yeah, so kicking off with The Shootist from 1976. This is from director Don Siegel of Dirty Harry and Escape from Alcatraz fame, among many other classics. The movie at the time of recording is streaming on Pluto or as a rental on Amazon. A recent Arrow Video Blu-ray just came out as well, which I own and recently watched. This movie was John Wayne's final film.
Oh, wow.
It also stars
Now
Lauren
Will
Bacall.
is clearly an idiot.
It also stars Lauren Bacall, Ron Howard, James Stewart, John Carradine, and Scatman Crothers.
Okay, so quite a good cast here.
The
At least a well-known
screenplay
cast.
is written by Miles Hood Swarthout.
Okay.
Not sure.
Sure,
and
yeah.
Scott Hale, based on the novel by Glendon Swarthout, the father of the adapted screenwriter.
Oh, look at that.
John Wayne fell ill with influenza during production and was hospitalized for 2 weeks, during which time production was shut down. It was uncertain at one point whether the film would actually be completed because Wayne was so ill his doctors were close to forbidding him to finish it.
Oh, wow.
Jimmy Stewart had not made a film for 5 years at this point. He agreed to play the doctor as a favor to John Wayne. Lauren Bacall, Jimmy Stewart, Richard Boone, and John Carradine were all cast at John Wayne's request.
Nice.
John Wayne was suffering from heart problems during filming, the result of a severe bout of pneumonia in January of '74 that caused him to cough so violently that he damaged a heart valve.
Jeez.
Yes, so he did give, in my personal review, having seen the movie, he is, as someone who's never been a really big fan of John Wayne personally, he is very much always the same kind of guy. Obviously, he himself even famously said that he wasn't a great actor, but he could do what he does good enough.
Right.
He was very good in this movie. It was a great one to go out on as his final movie. It was very melancholic. The whole movie kind of had that sad tone, especially just knowing that it was his last movie, and then he died, I think, 2 or 3 years after.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it seems like he's probably not a great person, given some quotes
some things,
of his that I've read about Native Americans and such. But also, he was raised in like the early 1900s, so what do you expect?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I really liked it. It was very good. I don't think I've seen a Don Siegel movie I've disliked, actually. So, moving on to 2007's Triggerman. This is from writer-director Ty West.
Okay. Heard of that
This
name.
movie, at the time of recording, is not readily available to stream for free anywhere, but you can rent it on Amazon for about $4. Something that I read about this is that director Ty West and actor Reggie Cunningham were almost gunned down by the police during the shooting of the film's finale, evidently.
Oh, wow.
This, along with Cabin Fever 2, which can't really call it a Ty West movie. I don't think of it as a Ty West movie. Triggerman, if you don't include Cabin Fever 2, is the only Ty West movie I have not seen. So I cannot tell you what is chasing them or who is chasing them, and I can't tell you
what the
finale was.
Yeah.
But along with directing the film, Ty West, like I said, he also wrote the script. He also produced, shot, and edited this movie.
Wow.
It was his second film after his debut film, The Roost, from 2005. And this movie continues his partnership working with Larry Fessenden and his company Glass Eye Pix, which Larry Fessenden which is Larry Fessenden's independent film production company, which he began in 1985 and is still going strong to this day. And Ty West, every single movie that he makes is with Larry Fessenden, and he always has Larry Fessenden in a cameo.
Yeah.
And we cheered in our theater whenever we saw Maxine a few months ago, and Larry Fessenden's cameo came up. Last but not least, this movie, Triggerman, was shot in 7 days on a budget of $10,000.
Wow.
So
it
yes, definitely,
it almost cost 2 lives.
yeah, definitely on my list as a big, as you know, as a big fan of Ty West.
Right,
I need to mark this one off the list so I can finally say I've seen it.
About time.
Finally, we're going to end in 2015's The Gunman.
Okay.
From director Peter Morrell. This movie at the time of recording is streaming on Tubi or as a rental on Amazon. The screenplay for this one is by Don McPherson, Pete Travis, and Sean Penn, based on the novel The Prone Gunman by Jean-Patrick Machette. This movie stars Sean Penn in the lead role, Idris Elba, Javier Bardem, and Mark Rylance. Sean Penn had been seeking to work with Mark Rylance for a very long time. He invited him to join the movie and agreed to arrange the shooting schedule around Rylance's availability.
Wow.
Jean-Patrick Machette's novel had also already been adapted to the screen by Robin Davis in 1982 as Le Choc, with Alain Delon as the lead. Never heard of it?
Nope.
Alain Delon, I enjoy as an actor, but never seen that movie. That's all I got for you on The Gunman.
Okay.
So with that, what do you think about the rating scale on this?
I feel like these might be pretty good. I mean, I still don't feel like that 2015 movie is all that great. But maybe for these types of movies it is. And maybe it does get a little bit of a bump because it's at least a story that's been adapted before. And then the 2007 Ty West film, I don't really have anything to go off of that you gave me, at least, as far as, I mean, it sounds interesting, but I don't know if it's like has a broad appeal.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we don't really know much about the movie other than 2 people were almost actually shot by the actual police. Right? But then you have the John Wayne film, and I feel like that's going to be our top later. So the range, I'm going to go with the range being mid to high 7s to mid to low 6.
Okay.
So these are all going to be pretty decent movies, but maybe the lowest one is more of an average rating rather than higher up. Okay. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm gonna put the Shootist at the top. I'm gonna put what was the Sean Penn film again? What was 2017's film? I've already forgotten.
15. The Gunman.
The Gunman. Yeah, that's right. That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure if that was my wrong initial guess. Okay, yeah. So the Gunman. I'm going to put the Gunman second, and then no disrespect, but I just don't know much about this movie as far as that goes. I mean, Mark Rylance is great in the other film. Sean Penn, love him or hate him, can be enjoyable. And then again, there's like sort of maybe a history with this story. That's why I gave that one the second position. So Trigger Man, I'm going to put in third position. Final answer.
All right. So starting from the top with a 7.6.
Okay.
Is Don Siegel's The Shootist.
Alrighty.
Based on 27,666 ratings
so
at the time of recording.
This.
A few people. Second, with a 5.8 out of 10.
That's a big drop.
From 43,835 ratings, is Peter Morrell's The Gunman.
Okay.
And that ends up in last place this week with a 4.5 out of 10.
Really?
From 876 ratings, it is Ty West's Trigger Man.
Why do you think that is? Do you think it's like a bunch of Ty West fans who just don't find this to be his best one? Or do you think it's a bunch of people who don't know Ty West and aren't fans of Ty West just not liking this movie? As far as a guess, because clearly you haven't seen it, but just as an assumption.
I would guess I mean, goes without saying, obviously there's going to be a mix, but I would assume probably the former rather than the latter. I think there's probably Ty West fans who have gone back and found this one, and it's probably maybe not his best one.
It's his really work.
Because even on Letterboxd, I think a couple of people that I follow have rated this on there, and I think both of them gave it either a 2 or a 2.5. They both gave it the same rating, but it was 2 or 2.5.
It was a 4. It was a 4 point. What again?
4.5 out of 10 on IMDb.
So that's almost like 3-point spread over 3. Yeah, wow, that's a big drop. and it's almost a full point from the second place position. That's okay. Wow.
Yeah, we can. If you would like to, we can do a quick tag me.
Tag me.
This is where I go to the plot details section on the IMDb app, where there are random words or phrases that maybe in some way have some kind of loose fucking connection to the movie itself.
Right.
So starting with the shootist, we are going to go with suspense drama.
Ooh, okay.
We have stoicism.
All right.
We have gun and mouth.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
For some reason, a tag is African American. Idol worship, and let's end up here on terminal illness.
Okay. Wow.
So yeah, there is
some heavy
the shootist.
themes there.
Very much so. Trigger Man. Moving along to that one, we only have 3 actually.
3 tags total.
Yep, we have Trigger Man, one word.
That's one of the tags is Trigger Man.
Trigger Man.
Trigger
we
Man.
have Trigger, and we have Redneck.
Oh, I was gonna say man.
I know. I wish. I wish it was.
So rednecks because there's hunting involved, and then you have Trigger, and then Triggerman, all one word.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
And finally, ending off here, we're gonna cap this segment off with the Gunman from 2015. We have kicked in the face.
Ouch.
We have eye gouging.
Ouch.
We have impalement.
Ouch.
Home invasion.
Okay.
Person on fire.
Ooh.
We have boyfriend-girlfriend relationship.
Okay.
Oh, look at this.
Spicy.
Well, we have another tag, a separate tag. It's ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend relationship.
Ooh, it gets deeper.
Spoilers.
It gets.
We have silencer, grenade, shot in the hand, shot in the back, shot in the chest,
So
shot in the
very
head,
action-y
shot in the
sounding.
throat, shot in the leg, shot to death.
Just every body part listed gets a bullet wound.
Yeah. We have a knife fight also.
Oh, okay. Not just guns.
Bull ring, bull, 2 different tags. Animal attack. This might be the greatest movie.
One of the tags was boring?
No, bull, and the other one, bull ring.
Oh, bull ring.
Bullring.
Okay.
But yeah, we have people getting shot, stabbed, fucking animals attacking people, kicked in the groin.
Ouch.
Hand-to-hand combat, punched in the face, fist fight, one against many, tough guy. Oh man,
So definitely sounds
I don't
like
know.
an action-packed movie.
I think so.
Sean Penn action movie.
Yeah,
Okay. Could be interesting.
I think this sounds pretty great. I love all of the shot in the and then a different
just
body
lists
part.
every part of the body. Yeah. I wonder is that
Oh my
a
god,
single
there's
person?
also
Is it a person that this poster of these
I hope
tags
so.
like just paused frame by frame? Oh, they were shot in the hand, shot in the arm,
I hope
shot in the
so.
elbow.
And then there's another whole segment of in the plot detail section. We have in a row: threatened with a knife, stabbed to death, stabbed in the hand, stabbed in the leg, stabbed in the arm, stabbed in the throat, stabbed in the chest, hit with a shovel. Yes, this sounds amazing.
Shovel to the face, shovel to the hand, shovel to the knee, shovel to the leg.
So there's the Gunman. I think we're all a little more excited for the Gunman now.
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
After
I
reading
just want to see
through
all
those.
these moments of impact of some kind of weapon or
There's
projectile.
a specific shot for each. Like there's a shot of
Yeah,
a hand getting
there better be.
stabbed, and then a shot of the leg up close, and
Yeah.
it gets stabbed, and then the chest gets stabbed, and the neck. And So it's like a Shaun of the Dead, like
Like I said, I wonder if this is one individual who has this happen, or just like multiple people that, one guy gets shot in the hand, one guy gets shot in the foot. I kind of want it to be one individual that just gets shot in all these places,
But each person that gets shot in that specific body part is also the person they get stabbed in that same body part too. It's like the dude that got stabbed in the hand also gets shot in the same hand. The dude that got shot in the leg also gets stabbed in the same leg.
Like later in the movie, they're bandaged up. Like they get stabbed first, and then later in the movie they come back and we see them, bandaged up with like that little bit of red showing through the bandage, and they get shot right there too, like in the same exact spot.
I thought you were gonna say like they're bandaged up. And then it's like later in the movie where the wound has healed, and then they get shot.
Oh, well, I guess it could be because he does return. He does return sometime later. Yeah. So maybe this is like the first round of battle. They've all healed from it, but have the scar, and then they get attacked in the exact same spot again. Yeah, remember me? And then he gets stabbed in the hand. Yeah.
I remember that. We do have a quote
time.
This is where I go to the quote section on IMDb and I'll pull a quote from one of the movies, and then Will has to guess which quote the movie came from.
Right.
And I do read the quote in a character with direction of Will's choosing.
Correct.
It could be a character from a movie. It could be a impression of anybody, really, I guess, or somebody who doesn't exist.
What I like to try to do here lately is to get it to be one of the people or one of the characters from one of these films we just learned about. That way, hopefully, you saying it either solidifies my guess or it helps to get rid of that as a possibility. However, in this episode, I don't think you're going to pick a quote from a movie you've seen. You could. There's nothing that has stopped you before.
It's never stopped me.
Right. But I don't think you're going to. However,
okay,
I still want to hear you give this quote in your best John Wayne.
Oh, okay. All right.
No other direction, just... How about this? How about John Wayne with pneumonia?
Okay. All right. Coughing so hard that I damage a heart valve.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do
Don't damage your heart
coughing.
valve. Yeah, don't damage your heart valve.
All right. In the best John Wayne I can do, which isn't going to be great.
Because he has pneumonia, so it can't be that great.
Oh, true. That's a good fallback. So as written on IMDb, the quote reads as follows. "You always worry too much, Jim. The past is the past, my friend. Keep your eyes open, my friend. It's the ones who aren't after you that do you in the end." End
okay. Quote. I mean, that wasn't a bad John Wayne. I heard John Wayne there. It was more of like a younger John Wayne, but it was still John Wayne, definitely. Say the quote one more time in your regular voice, because maybe...
As Gilbert Godfrey?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. You always worry too much, Jim. The past is the past, my friend. Keep your eyes open, my friend. It's the ones who aren't after you that do you in the end.
It's the ones who aren't after you who do you in the end. So I feel like he's talking... I feel like whoever's saying this line is maybe a side character talking to the main character. I feel like that eliminates the gunman, because there's not enough. I don't know if Jim is one of the names of anyone in this movie. Jim is maybe sort of like a redneckish name, kind of. But I feel like maybe I did get this right, and I think this is the SHOOTIST. And I think whoever this side character is talking to John Wayne's character. Final answer.
And you are wrong.
Damn.
The line is delivered by Mark Rylance in The Gunman.
Okay, so I wasn't just wrong in my assumption, I was also wrong in saying there's no one named Jim in The Gunman.
That's correct.
Okay. Really? I mean, but didn't it kind of feel like it could have fit with someone in the shootist, talking to a dying gunman, maybe?
It did.
A little bit? I like that line.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to know...
What would you like to know?
A lot of things. For years, I wanted to know how they trained carrier pigeons. Like how did you tell it where to go the first time?
Yeah, me too. I always wondered that. I've always wondered. It's like watching Harry Potter and these fucking pigeon, these
but those
I
are
guess
magical
owls,
birds.
but
Those are magical birds. They have a caveat.
I don't think the birds had magic.
Oh, really? Is it up for debate?
I don't think so.
Okay, they're just birds, but they know where to go.
From what I recall, I think so. I think he gets them at a just at like a bird shop.
Just a regular old bird shop.
I think he gets Hedwig or whatever the fuck his owl's name is. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't. know that part.
I don't think.
I assumed that they were just magical, or I assumed that like.
I mean, I haven't watched those since
I
I
assumed
was
that,
like
the person who owned them was magical enough to give some kind of direction. But just regular old pigeons. How do you train pigeons, carrier pigeons, to go a certain place? Anyway, that's not what I'm asking on this film. What I want to know, unrelated completely. So let's not go down a pigeon route.
Okay.
I want to know. Since we haven't seen it and you want to see the movie, what is the mystery behind these hunters being hunted? We've kind of already played with this a little bit in the episode, but let's actually make more of a prediction rather than our own ideas. Let's actually think about what it could be based on your knowledge of Ty West films, what Ty likes to do in his films, and then based off of just this synopsis of and
then also remember that this is his second movie, which is apparently not great.
But, yeah, possibly. Right, yeah. But let's just think about like maybe not like exactly what happens to the hunters, but why is it a mystery? That's the part I'm wondering about.
Mysteriously became the hunted.
They mysteriously became the hunted. So we played with the idea jokingly early on that like it was somebody in the woods, and these three hunters kept blaming this one guy for being a bad shot or whatever. But like, let's flesh it out. What do we actually think happens in the movie that makes it mysterious? I do like the idea of it being like a serial killer of some sort, or somebody who just likes to target hunters, maybe. Like maybe they're like an animal rights person. Maybe they're like an anti-hunting individual.
And the way they crack down on hunting is by hunting on their own.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
But then in the end, they realize the irony of their own situation.
Yeah, so they turn the gun on themselves at the end. At the end of the day, I'm just as bad as they are.
The person I've been looking for all along was myself.
The hunter's in us all. Yeah.
Puts the rifle in his mouth and pulls the trigger, and like as the gun shoots, you hear the sound effect, and it just cuts to Trigger Man, like a blood splatter Trigger Man, and that's the end.
I like it.
The final shot in the movie,
or
and the
it
credits
cuts to that like that almost trope like moment of that gunfire where like as soon as the gun fires, it super wide like sky shot of like the woods and like birds flying out of like
the birds flying.
Yeah. And then that like fades into just like the text Trigger Man being like filled with that video of the birds flying. There you go. That's the end. Okay, so is our prediction really going to be that? I'm not predicting that. I threw that out there as like it could be something along those lines where it doesn't have to necessarily be like a crazy person or an evil person or whatever. It could be someone who
well, what's interesting about the way
afraid
that
of
this
hunters.
Synopsis is phrased also is that it is specifically that the three hunters mysteriously become the hunted, which obviously implies that something or someone is hunting them, which also, at least for me, implies that they are choosing not to just kill them, like it's for game or
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's not just murder. Right. That there's maybe like trapping. There's separating from the group. There's some mind games going on. Right. Yeah. Exactly. I like that too. Okay. So what do we think it is then? Because I mean, like I said, I don't really have any other idea other than it just being sort of like a crazed individual, or like a person who, is
Me too.
is maybe. But so is this? Are these three hunters just really lucky, or unlucky, or has this trigger man, as we're going to call him, has he been doing this for a while? Or does he have multiple victims that he has? Does he have any victims at all? Is he actually killing these people, or is he just giving them a little bit of a taste of this hunt?
He traps them and then points the gun at them and pulls the trigger. But it's just like one of those guns that has the flag that comes out that says bang.
And then he's like, "See how it feels? See how it feels?"
it's like a fucking like a PSA.
Just like a mental torture PSA is all it is. Psychological.
Yeah, I definitely think it's just a crazy person, and the mysteriously became the hunted is that it was just entirely unexpected, and it's like a mystery as to like
who
we don't know why this person is doing this.
So the why
mysteriously
unknown.
Mysteriously became the hunted.
Do you think that there will be an actual police investigation in the movie, or do we even get that far? Because the one trivia did say that two people on the crew were almost actually gunned down by actual real police, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the police are, that characters in the film aren't playing police. They could be. Mm-hmm. It could just be that like someone called in and said, "Hey, there's two people like running around with guns shooting at each other," and the cops showed up. So it could be unrelated to the actual story a lot. But I'm just wondering, like, is there an actual investigation? Because again, this is based on a true story, supposedly, and then there's a mystery, which means someone has some amount of information about what happened, but not the full story.
Mm-hmm.
So. Is that the police that do or do not have that? Or is it just the hunters themselves that don't know why it is they're being hunted?
Yeah, I don't...
What's the guess
on that? I don't think there's a police investigation,
okay.
No.
So it never gets that. So this is just from the perspective... The whole film is just from the time that we're in the woods, these three hunters. Do any of them die, do we think?
Yeah, I think we get down to one. Like one left.
Okay. Because I was going to say 0. But I do like the one... I do like 1.
Yeah,
does that one get out?
I was gonna say, yeah, I would guess. My guess is that the one kills the one who has been hunting them.
So it actually comes out to where evil is destroyed. Okay.
Yeah.
How? Is there like a final battle between these two? The one hunter that's left has like a bear trap like wound on his leg. He has like hobble along.
They both toss their guns down and duel it out with their hands.
Fisticuffs. They just fight like men.
Yeah, our main guy stabs the other dude in the hand and the arm and the leg and the chest and the neck and kills him.
Do we think that the redneck in the tag is the trigger man or the hunters?
Is the trigger man the hunter or the three hunters? One of the hunters.
Well, I'm just calling him the trigger man just for clarity's sake. Yeah, I'm not saying that that's actually what their term. The guy, instead of saying the guy who's doing all the murdering. We have the hunters, and then we have that dude. So is that dude a redneck, or is it the hunters, or is everyone a redneck? Is there just a redneck at the gas station?
I think they probably all are.
Okay, so they're all. So even the one guy doing the badness is
okay. And I think I think he is what the Trigger Man title is in reference to.
I think so.
That's my guess.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else? So we have that he's just a lunatic, a crazed individual.
Maybe it's like the local legend is that this land belongs to the Trigger Man.
Oh, so there's a known...
But but he has like the best hunting land.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking earlier.
And so they insist on going there. They're like, we know the risk of going into the Trigger Man's forest.
Trigger Man can't still be around. He's gonna be like 80 years old by now. Yeah. Because that's what I was thinking earlier was that the land is owned by this individual we're going to call Trigger Man, and it's really good hunting ground. And there's signs even that say like, no trespassing, no hunting, whatever, but people still go out there. So those are the ones that are targeted by. So he's not just like. I don't think. Basically, what I'm trying to say is my prediction is that Trigger Man is not going to other hunting grounds to do this. The hunters are coming to his ground to do this.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he's a psychopath or some kind of crazed individual, murderer. We are going to predict that 2 of the hunters are hunted. And that one of them ends up getting out enough to be able to turn on Trigger Man and bring Trigger Man down.
Yeah.
Anything else? Does it take place over multiple nights? One night? What's the time?
One day.
One day. So one afternoon of hunting.
Turns deadly. That's the tagline.
Oh, God. And then
I wonder what the tagline actually is.
I'm kind of curious. And then what else do we need to know about this? Or not need to know, but predict. So we're saying it's mysterious because they don't know why they're being hunted. They don't know like the motivation behind Trigger Man.
Yeah. The P.S. the tagline on the poster artwork underneath the title Trigger Man is. They thought they were alone.
Okay, so they don't know that Trigger Man exists then. All right, so I'm curious now to go see Trigger Man and report back.
Yeah, me too.
We haven't done a view and report in a long time on the show, so I'm wanting to go do that.
Yeah.
Now. But that's all I have. So again, crazed individual in the woods. It's his land. 2 of them die. One ends up actually killing Trigger Man. All takes place in an afternoon. And Trigger Man is actually hunting them for sport, not just killing them just to kill them.
Yeah, so one last question that I have actually that I just thought. Do we think that the guy who kills the Trigger Man, like our main protagonist,
the main hunter, yeah.
Yeah. So...
He becomes
Trigger Man? Do we think that he kills Trigger Man? Yeah, he kills him so he becomes him. Do we think that he kills him and then the police kill him? Do the police show up? Oh,
that would be a fantastic ending. So yeah, because I was ruling out police altogether, but I do like that idea of like.
Or is it like they're both? It's like he's about to kill the Trigger Man and the police show up and the police gun both of them down.
Or the police gun down just the one hunter and Trigger Man actually doesn't die.
Oh, yeah. They're like, well, it is his land.
Yeah, it's his land. It's his land.
That's the conversation between the cops.
Pointing a gun at him.
They have the cops. There's like 3 police cars and like 6 cops, and they all have their guns pointed at them. And they're just having like an argument amongst each other about whether or not they shoot and kill both of them.
Yeah.
And so they're just like, I don't know, but it is his land, right? Yeah, I think so. Well, do we kill both of them? I mean, he's probably killing other people, right? Yeah, but stand your ground law,
right? We're on his land? Yeah.
We're on his land right now, technically.
He can kill us.
The cops kill each other.
And then that's it. It's just, yeah. Okay, so I do like that concept. I don't know if it's going to be in the movie or not, but I do like the idea of there being like a shootout, a sudden, like, because maybe over the course of the evening, one of them before they died did get some kind of call out to emergency services. Hey, there's a person out here with a gun shooting at people.
They finally got their cell phone signal.
but like that description is so vague. You know, there's a guy shooting people. Well, all of them have guns. All of them match this description. And then we get to the ending scene where it's just like the one guy and then Triggerman. And then I do kind of like the idea of the police shooting the wrong person. Or both of them. Mm-hmm. I don't like the idea of police shooting Triggerman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Without shooting the other guy. I either want both of them to die or I want the wrong person to be targeted. Okay.
Same, yeah.
All right. Well, then let's go watch that, and hopefully we'll report back in a couple weeks. Or if not sooner, maybe, hopefully. But I think a couple weeks at least. Give us time.
Yeah.
But I would like to bring back that segment of watching and review. And
yeah, and I'd like to finally
and it gives
sit
you
down and watch it.
Incentive to go watch it. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Wait.
So maybe we'll come back with that next week.
What was that called again?